Hey YouTube! Welcome again to my channel Tyrannosaurus Girl. It's me, Prometea. It has been almost 12 weeks since I arrived here in Sweden, so I thought I would tell you how everything has been for me this time. Well, I finally finished unpacking last week, and I found a lot of clothes that I kind of missed in a way, and I'm really happy of getting back a lot of those clothes that I wasn't wearing. It was mostly summer clothes that I haven't worn in months, almost since I got back from Brazil. And it has been really nice to get those back, because all of the mid-season clothes that I got when I was in Uruguay, and I was trying to fit into this very judgmental society that Uruguay is, and the clothes that I had from Brazil were much more representative of me, and it's nice to have them back now. The weather has been pretty pleasant this couple of weeks, so I've been able to wear them, but I'm soon going to get some nice mid-season clothes for when fall comes closer. I'm still looking for a job. I haven't had a lot of opportunities to apply for jobs. Understandably, that's mostly because of the language. I think that at this time of the year, most of the jobs that don't require you to speak the language have been taken by students that are in their summer break right now. So hopefully that is going to change in the next couple of months as they return to classes. But I'm trying, and it's really hard not to let that get to you and take you down. It is beginning to affect me. I realize that it's not allowing me to go out enough and make friends. Even in the RFSO, which is the LGBTQ Federation, I'm not going there enough. That's like the best place for me to be right now, and I'm having gone in a few weeks. And that really sucks. So I'm going to make a conscious effort about that, but you know, you feel limited when you don't have money to go out and to meet people, especially because it's a culture where hanging out at people's homes is not so common. But I already lived off the money that I get from social services a month, and it was okay. So in a way, that's given me a lot more confidence that I can make it work with such a tight budget, because it's really a fraction of what a normal salary is. And talking about the social services, I realized that I need glasses. I knew I had a little bit of astigmatism on my left eye for years, but when they found that, they said it wasn't enough to need glasses, so I didn't get them at the time, but it has been bothering me more and more, trying to read things from afar. And so I asked the social services, and they told me that they would cover the extra expense of getting glasses. So I went to have my eyes checked, and in fact I do have astigmatism in both eyes. And they say that I need reading glasses, and supposedly that is going to allow my eyes to rest, so I'm going to be able to see better from afar as well. I hope that that's true. But it's crazy how after I got the diagnosis, I'm more aware of my eyesight problems. Like, I do feel a bit of headaches, and I realize also how I have a bit of strabism. I've been seeing that on some of my videos, and I guess that's my brain trying to use only the eye that is better of the two. And well, I went and I picked up a pair of glasses the other day, and I'm not very happy with the place that I went to. The social services sent me there, it's authorized, but the first time that I went there, I could hear them misgendering me when they were talking to each other, and when I went there the second time to pick the glasses, specifically the frames, they took me to this small wall of glasses that said mini price, which means mini price, where they only had like 8 different frames for me to choose from. And well, that's kind of understandable for something that I'm going to be getting for free, but what was completely unnecessary was the way that I was treated. The lady just left me there, said, "Here they are, choose one," and she went to the back of the store, There was nobody else, no paying customers that she wanted to give priority to. She just went to the back of the stores and left me there. Nobody came to help me, nobody came to give me any advice as to what type of frame would look better for me, to answer my questions, anything. So I got the least worst of the pairs that he had available. There wasn't a big variety, and I know that when I get a job I'm going to go to a different place and buy a proper pair of glasses that I enjoy. Regardless of that instance of getting misgender at that store, so the society in general has been quite pleasant to me. I haven't had any other issue, any other problem at all here. Now it's not perfect, but compared to Uruguay it's like day and night. We do face some other issues. I told you in another video how here it's possible to get a lot of different treatments related to our transition from the public healthcare system, paying close to nothing. And I don't remember if I said it back then, but it's not that easy to get that. They have these evaluation teams in the clinics that evaluate you for an insanely long time to decide if you are trans enough or not. This is the main focus of our struggle here right now, because they don't have a clear protocol. Most of the people working there don't have any idea of what it's like to be transgender, and so they just make you take weird tests like Rorschach tests or IQ tests during up to 2 years before they give you anything, and even more for a surgery. Now that has made me make two decisions. The first is that because this is not uniform across the country, I'm going to be asking to be referred to the clinic in Stockholm, where apparently that period is much shorter. And I already have a date for the appointment with the doctor who's going to refer me there, and that's going to be now on the 18th, and I'm really excited about that. And the other decision is related to my studies. I was considering going to the university here. I didn't go when I was younger because it wasn't in my priorities back then. But here they really make it easy for you to go to the university. First of all, it's free. Second, they have these great student loans that allow you to focus on studying and just be able to leave while you study without having to worry also about working a separate job. So I was already thinking about maybe studying something related to massage therapy or voice therapy, perhaps to be able to be of help to other trans people, or maybe psychology, because the type of massage that I do already works on the spiritual and emotional aspects of the person, so psychology was pretty close to that, and it will be a way to expand that even further. Well, this has helped me make up my mind. I want to change things from the inside, so I'm going to study psychology with the goal of working there in the local gender clinic, so that we can begin to change the way things are done over there. Now I still don't know the route that I'm going to take, because apparently here in Sweden they do have a separation that I'm not used to because it doesn't exist in Uruguay, between psychologists and psychotherapists. Here you can first study to be a psychologist and then do like a year and a half more to do psychotherapy, but you can also do that studying social work first. And I still need to inform myself a bit about the differences in the profiles of each role, and also if there is a specific requirement for working in that clinic. But I'm quite tempted by social work because it would open a few different doors for me as well. Social work also happens to be easier to get into. Apparently the requirements for previous qualifications are a bit lower, and they have more spots also. But I still need to see but I still have about a year to decide on that. Talking about school, I'm on my second module of my Swedish lessons already, currently studying 20 hours per week. It's really intensive. I'm not yet conversational, but I'm getting more confidence and I'm beginning to understand a lot. Like the other day, my roommate, she's from Chile, but I think that she doesn't hang out a lot about Spanish-speaking people, so sometimes she has brain farts and she talks to me in Swedish, and the other day I didn't stop her because I was understanding everything that she was telling me, and that's great. Everything has been going great in the classes for me. I only had a bit of a scare the other day at some point where the teacher said something about me to the whole class, and I thought that she had misgendered me. She said it pretty fast, so it was difficult to hear, but I was like with that doubt and I couldn't say anything at the time, partly because I wasn't sure, partly because it wasn't maybe the best moment to do so. But a couple of days later she came to me after the class was over, and she asked me how I was doing, if I had any type of problem with anybody in the class. The majority of the students are from Arab countries, mostly from Syria, and I think she assumes that they are going to be queerphobic or specifically transphobic, which is not always the case. You know, like Iran is a clear example of that, where transgender people are accepted even more than gay people, which is a change, but the way that it affects people is not really that great, because they force gay men to transition so that they can be straight women instead. But these people have treated me perfectly. Nobody has said anything to me, nobody has given me any weird looks. They tend to hang out together. Of course, we don't all have a common language yet. The thing is that I'm not sure if they know I'm trans, because apparently I pass as an Arab woman. At least that's the idea that I got a few weeks ago when I was in the social services waiting room, and another lady who was also waiting came to me and asked me something in what I assumed was Swedish with an accent, and I told her I don't speak Swedish. And she asked me if I spoke Arabic or if I spoke Persian. I told her I didn't, and she insisted like she didn't believe me. Apparently my facial features are those of a woman from Iran, but we'll see how it goes. So far I haven't had any problem. And about the school itself, I was pleasantly surprised the other day when I was looking through the online training. I was preparing for an exam when I skipped a bit ahead to the part that talks about sex and sexuality, and I found a part devoted to LGBTQ issues, and it had definitions about transgender, bisexuality and all of that. And while I don't have the vocabulary to understand everything there, I did understand enough to know that they were pretty well written. Like, there are some things that are very easy to screw up that cisgender people don't think about, that they think that it's fine to say and they can be really hurting or invalidating. None of that was there. They were perfect. And on another subject, I'm considering a change to my diet. I have a cousin that lives in Stockholm that follows the paleo diet, and I'm quite tempted. I have a bit too much weight for my personal taste. I feel that I want to go back to a weight I had a couple of years ago, and probably the paleo diet will be a good way to do that, and also to help me get back some energy, because while I'm a vegetarian currently, I'm not paying enough attention to my diet, and sometimes I feel like I'm a bit too tired. So I want to pay more attention to that. The thing is that I'm a vegetarian, and the general paleo diet is very heavy on the meat, and I don't want to go there, not now at least. Paleo vegetarian diet is a bit more difficult. Like, you really need to plan your meals very careful, but it is possible. So I'm doing a bit of research on that right now, and probably I will switch to that diet in a few weeks. But well, I hope you liked the video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, to hit like, or to leave me your comments. Also, I really need your questions to be able to create more content for this channel. So please hit me up with your questions, whether they are related to transsexuality or not, and I will be answering in future videos. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, or Ask FM. And see you again next week. Bye bye!